You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keefa Weatherspoon, inviting you to hydrate and alkalize with our ionized alkaline water from the water station. You know, the body performs best when it is maintained the alkalinity of 7.2 to 7.45. You're going to love the way the water makes the body feel and restores balance. You're going to love the water from the water station. It's available at 1-877-10710 Woodward Avenue. That's in Detroit, between 6 and 7 Mile, closer to 7 Mile, across from the Palmer Park Golf Course. Available in liter, gallon, 3 and 5 gallon refills. We'll see you real soon. Super hydrate your brain. Stay on top of your game with ionized alkaline water from the water station.
The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily the views and opinions of W33BY, its affiliates, management, or sponsors.
Diligence. Diligence. Diligence is doing what needs to be done with care, concentration, and single-pointed attention. It springs from our desire for excellence, diligence. When we work with diligence, we give our absolute best. We are artisans, crafting whatever we create with love. We work meticulously in alignment with our purpose. Diligence is needed in tending our relationships. We choose them with discernment, give them our full commitment, joy, love, and excellence to keep them strong and alive. Diligence is deeply satisfying to our souls. Genius is 10% inspiration and 90% perspiration. Thomas Alva Edison. The practice of diligence. I give 100% to the work I do. I strive for excellence. I pay full attention to whatever I am doing. I pay full attention to whatever I am doing. I am conscientious and careful. I work with love. I give my best to my relationships. I am thankful for the gift of diligence. It energizes my life.
All right.
Bless you. Good evening, Detroit. I'm Dr. Keefa Lorraine Weatherspoon, and yay, thank you, God, I'm live in studio.
Right.
Oh, my God, I miss you guys so much. I haven't been in studio since April. I know you all may not realize it's been that long, but it's November, and I haven't been behind this microphone. Brother Young, you here with me?
Yeah, I'm here with you.
All right.
All right.
I haven't been behind this microphone
right.
in WHPR studio since April.
Wow.
So let me see. How many months is that? April, May, June, July, August, September, October. No, oh, my God.
That's almost, wow.
Oh, my God.
Almost
10 minus 4, that's
six
six months.
Half a year.
Half a year. But it's been a wonderful year. It's been a
Yes,
wonderful
yes.
experience. And when I open up the phone lines, you all know I want to hear from you. So you all take a moment, call a friend, call somebody you know that's been,
Right.
that's been a loyal viewer, listener, watcher, whatever. Call them and tell them Dr.
Right.
Keefa's live in the studio, because I know y'all got a lot of questions y'all want to ask me, and I got a conversation we need to have. You know, I stepped out, Brother Young, with a bold move when I announced to the public that I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Okay.
And I did it because I wanted people to know that it's an experience that I'm having and it's real.
Yes.
And I wanted to just walk through this with those that have gone before me with breast cancer. Some survived and many didn't. But
Yes.
I wanted the public to understand that what I've been talking about for the last 39, going into
Come on.
40 years,
Come on, bring it.
is what I believe and what I live. Now,
That's right.
I did a lot of things that I thought I wouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that on the air, and I want to talk about that with you all. So the phone number is on the bottom of the screen. You're welcome to call in, ask any question, make any comments you want to make. My lines have never been censored. I'm going to tell you now, the engineer may censor you if you start cussing. Because there's some words that the FDA ain't going to allow you to say on the air.
No.
So, yeah, you will get beeped. You may not get cut off, but you will certainly get beeped.
Mm-hmm.
But you all call in and converse. You know, I've told you that I've never been anti-medicine, just always pro-nutrition.
Right.
And so the kind of breast cancer that I have is real aggressive. So in January, I was diagnosed. I went to Dr. Sharon Oliver, and she sent me for a thermology.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling every woman that I see, go get your breast checked.
That's right.
Because it's not
That's right.
hereditary. Nobody in my family has breast cancer but me. It has nothing to do with heredity. So it's not like my mother had it, my aunt had it, my grandmother had it, and now I have it. So you all can just set that aside. You know, your lifestyle is the same. You probably have the same conditions, but nobody in my family had breast cancer. I had other cancers, but they never had breast cancer. So there's somebody on the line there. We'll get to them in a minute.
Okay.
Just hold on for me, caller. You can answer, Brother
Yes,
Young.
okay.
We'll let them know we acknowledge your call, caller. Give me a moment. I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
Okay, place him on
Okay.
hold for a moment.
Yep,
Just hold
place
on
him
for
on
me. And so I decided to go to Mexico, to Tijuana, Mexico, and do the intensive with the Gershon therapy. Now, Dr. Gershon is a medical doctor, holistic in his practice, been treating cancer successfully for 60 years. I said,
Wow,
let me go with the
60.
person that has the longest track record, proven track record, and see if we can get this, arrest this cancer before it starts advancing all over the place. So I went for 3 weeks at $5,500 a week.
Whoa, okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you how awesome this audience
Wow.
is. In 10 days, we raised $16,500, and we
Thank
sent me
you.
to Mexico.
Thank you,
So I wanted to
Detroit.
come in today
Thank
and say
you.
thank you, Detroit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I realize that a lot of people have been praying for me. Y'all keep praying. We got
Don't
the
stop.
cancer. We got
Don't
the cancer
stop.
on the run. It's
Right.
in remission, but it ain't in complete remission. It's backing out of the body, but I'm still working on it. So y'all keep praying. So I took a risk because I know there's some people out there saying, yeah, she's so smart, she got all that information. How she got cancer?
So, right.
So I want to tell you, ask Mr. Dick Gregory the same question. Ask Minister Farrakhan the same
That's
question.
right.
When I tell you that it's physical, metaphysical, and it's spiritual,
There it
and
is.
spiritual is ancestral, what I didn't get a chance to tell you all is that cancer is a sacrificial disease. the person that takes on cancer is really taking on the karma, the negative karma of their soul group.
Yes.
So you'll find that most of our leaders will be diagnosed with cancer. The person that's out front, that's running interference for all the negativity, just
Right.
pushing ahead to get us liberated, to get us educated, to get us
receive
free, finally free,
right.
liberated.
Yes.
You know, the person that's out front is taking on a
Taking
lot
it
of
all.
stress. We're taking on a lot. And even though we have a lot of information, if you take in on more, or if you're being bombarded fast and you're being able to download it. For example, when I talk about all this radiation and how it just sucks up all the potassium in your body. And when you're deficient in potassium, your body will start making tumors. It'll start making cancer. And I've been deficient in potassium for a long time. Yeah, I worked at Chrysler in the 70s. I worked at Chrysler in the computer room, and the mainframe was about a 10 by 10. I mean, 10 foot by 10
10
foot. It was
feet,
large.
right,
We had about 10 to
huge.
12 of those in the room. So, I mean, the exposure to radiation since age 16 working in computers.
Wow.
Written 7 books on my own, sitting
On
in
a
front
computer.
of the computer.
On a computer.
Went to
All right.
Japan 2 or 3 times a year, and went right after the
Fukushima?
the Fukushima.
Fukushima.
And
Yeah,
you know, I
remember
could
that.
tell. I could tell.
remember
For a couple years when I went, I could tell that there was a lot of radiation in the air because I would be 500 miles offshore.
And you
Now,
could wow.
my thing is that I know what to do to protect myself, so I'm going.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
I remember you. I remember
I
that.
know what to do to protect myself, so I'm
remember that.
going. 500 miles offshore in Tokyo, my glands under my neck would swell up.
Wow.
I mean, they would swell
Yeah.
up about the size of a golf ball. I'm sitting there for hours, giving myself light and taking chlorella and blue-green algae and aquazine
Right.
and chlorophyll. I'm taking this stuff like there is no tomorrow. I mean, drinking.
Like water. Like
You know how they
drinking
come and
water.
pour your glass of
Right.
water? I'm like, leave the bottle.
Right.
I'm drinking so much water,
Right.
taking in so much of this chlorophyll.
Right.
And these sea vegetables, you know, there's spirulina and
It's
chlorella and all this.
chlorella, right.
It's chlorophyll too.
Yeah.
But I'm taking all of that. I would get them down. I would get my lymph nodes down. But what I realized that I was doing, I would get the lymph nodes down. If it got congested in my neck, I would give my neck light to get it out of my neck. I would even do the point above my breast because if it felt strange, I would do that. But it never occurred to me to do the lymph nodes under my arm.
Wow. Oh,
It never
yeah.
occurred to me
Yeah.
to follow that channel all the way out till elimination. And so that stuff was just accumulating. So when I got diagnosed with breast cancer, it was in the right breast and the lymph node under the right arm. And so God has been truly good
Yes,
because
he has.
because the cancer is shrinking. It has got its own way that it performs. But
Yeah.
but I realized that I've had a severe deficiency. So in the 70s, when I was diagnosed with uterine cancer, I just changed my diet and my lifestyle. I started paying attention to how I'm thinking, what I'm saying to myself, and the
That's the
effects
key.
that
Yeah.
the words were having on my well-being. And I started changing my thoughts and my pattern of speech and things like that. So I was able to save my uterus without
Wow.
hysterectomy or chemo or radiation or anything. So when I got diagnosed with breast cancer, I said, well, I can do the same thing. So like from January to April, I'm serious about doing these raw juices, this organic stuff, and following this protocol. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to go somewhere where somebody's mastered this for as long as I can. 3 weeks is a good jump start on it.
Yes,
so,
it is.
so what I love about Gerson's program is that it's systemic. Means that it doesn't say, the program didn't say, we're going to go and target breast cancer. The program is designed to rid the body of cancer wherever it is.
Right.
So I could feel the program working all over my body. I felt things in my ovaries, in my uterus, in my back, at the base of my brain, in my breast. I felt all kind of sensations all over the body. So I know there's abnormal cells here, there's abnormal cells here, there's abnormal cells everywhere. And that's what I love about the nutritional aspect of it, because you're not treating a symptom. You're addressing the cause.
There you go. Yes. And it's also wow, the interconnectedness of everything. That's one thing that you mentioned. And you always mention about don't treat the symptom and don't focus on the disorder, but focus on the system. It was always a system. Always a system.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. And so I went in April for the 3 weeks to Gerson's, and that was a phenomenal experience. So when I came home, what had happened, even before I went to Gerson's, is that whatever form of cancer this is, and they have their medical term, personally, I don't try to memorize all the different names that come up with because I'm not trying to be a medical technician. It's really
right.
interesting when people come in, they have these 26-letter names for these
Right.
disorders, you know.
And all they're doing is describing what's going on. That's all. They just use big words for that.
Well, see, you saying they're using big words, but you know, there's only basically one or two things that we have, and it affects different systems in the body, and because these parasites can mutate.
Yeah.
You know, somebody asked me, well, Dr. Keefa, you got breast cancer. Like, what's up with that? I said, the breast is full of
God.
and the person was just shocked. They were just looking at me like, oh, my God. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. You know, I got to get some of this mess out of my lymphatic system so the breast can heal. But I came back, and Gerson's therapy was really powerful in slowing it down. But because there was so much damage that had occurred to the breast, and because of the aggressiveness of it, I decided that I would allow the medical team that I finally pulled together, because I went to I interviewed a lot of doctors. I went to a lot of oncologists and doctors before I said, okay, I'll work with you. And so they had to understand that I'm a naturopath for 38 years and that I believe in what I'm doing. And so I chose a hospital that is big on integrative medicine. That's Beaumont. And I chose Beaumont Royal Oak. And I chose a female doctor because I thought that she could empathize with the woman's breast problems.
Yes.
So I rejected a lot of men. I even dismissed some men off of the team. Well, one male doctor in particular, called him Dr. Doomsday. He's too negative for me. I said, because see, you'll come in and you'll say something very strange and off tilt or off beat to me. And based on your observation, you're going to make recommendations. And I don't want you recommending things based on how you seeing me.
Right.
You know, you look at the swelling in my legs, and you want to put me on dialysis.
Yeah.
You know, I know how to get the swelling down. I know how to make my kidneys dump my urine. So I told Donald, I haven't passed my urine in 3 days, and they're talking about dialysis. He said, no, we don't have to do that. Donald came to the hospital and gave light to my kidneys, 15 minutes per kidney. And they have this 2-liter little bucket or whatever you want to call it. It sits on the toilet, under the toilet seat, so they can measure your urine flow. And I filled that up 3 times.
Wow.
Just after getting light. That's all I changed. Just the light. My bowels didn't move for 2 weeks. So I started feeling this mucus build up. And they always say when you get chemotherapy, because I'm going to get around to that in just a second, when you get chemotherapy, you're probably going to get pneumonia. Probably. More than likely. The way the medicine looks at it, the normal thing is that you're going to get this bacteria, this diarrhea with this bacteria, this infectious bacteria in your diarrhea, and or you're going to get pneumonia. And so I felt myself getting congested. I woke up in the morning and I had all this mucus. I just kept clearing my throat and spitting out. I said, okay, the body's at the verge of getting pneumonia because I'm not moving this poison out of my body. So I called my sister about 6:30 in the morning, and I said, as soon as Whole Foods open, I want you to go down there and get me fresh Squall's organic orange juice. I want you to get me a half gallon of it. She bought me a half gallon because too much vitamin C will give you diarrhea.
That's true.
So I knew that if I drank as much of that orange juice as I could, which is also high in potassium.
Okay.
If you have enough potassium, you can't be constipated. So I understand all this. So I wanted the audience to be in on this journey with me, so that those of you that are concerned about this for yourself or your family, and you need to be concerned about yourself, because what we're facing right now is not going to be an epidemic of cancer. It's going to be a pandemic. It will probably wipe out 50 to 75% of the world population if we don't get a handle on it. And so I allowed them to do the biopsy. And when they did the biopsy, they said based on the kind of cancer I have, they would highly recommend chemo. Well, I fought them, disagreed, rejected it, refused it for a while, and then finally my spirit said, do the chemo. And so before I did the chemo, they did an MRI just to see if the cancer was spreading or where it was in the body, and they found that it was just early stage, just beginning stage of stage 1, and it was just confined to my right breast. It hadn't spread anywhere in my lymph node under my right arm. And so since they saw it there, then I said, okay, I'll go ahead and do the chemo. When I was in the MRI machine, I'm laying there looking at the science, and I'm like, my God, look how far science has come.
Yes.
And what came up in my soul, Brother Young, was that the greatest scientist in the universe is the Creator, is God.
That's right.
And I had the realization, laying in that MRI machine, that it's all God.
Yes.
It's all God.
Everything.
Everything is God.
Everything.
This MRI machine, that, you know, science has mastered the art of treating the earth suit, the body. So I said, let me submit to their mastery. They know what to do with this body. They know how to put this body back together, because that's what they do best.
That's what they do.
Now, when they get through putting you back together, they're going to send you to a wellness center to get well.
Yes.
They're going to send you home. So a lot of people, if they send you home, they don't know what to do. I had one chemotherapy treatment. They said I had more results with that one treatment than most people have with 8 to 10 in 1.5 to 2 years. And part of the reason why I had such a powerful result is because I knew how to work with my body. I knew how to bring my body back.
Yes.
So even though the chemo may wipe out everything, including your immune system, attack your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, you know, your organs, even your cognitive thinking function.
Right, it will.
You know, I've been so busy with my mind. It's like
You don't have time.
chemo, I ain't got time to lose my cognitive function because I got too much to do.
Right.
But it's just been, it's been the kind of experience that I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. It's not like I'm glad I have breast cancer, but I'm not complaining at all. And if you ever hear me talk, if you don't see me, you don't know that there's something going on. And sometimes when you see me, you don't know there's something going on because I'm really understanding that the prayer that I was offering for the last several years, this breast cancer diagnosis was the result of it. I just felt like God is really trying to use me in a different, more evolved, elevated way.
Yes.
And I said, God, I know the mission that you have me on, I'm not prepared for it. So God, I need you to prepare me for this next level of service. And I got diagnosed with breast cancer.
Wow.
So I said, God is going to take me through this because I believe the difference between the doctor and the healer is that the healer's not going to recommend anything that they wouldn't do. Everything that the doctors was recommending, I asked them if they ever experienced it, and they told me no. And I said, that's all right, I'm going through it because I'm going to be able to tell people what to do when they do this and how to be able to come back from it. I'm going through it. And so I decided I'm going to do integrative. I'm going to let them give me the chemo. They have a real interesting time with me because probably about good 70% of what they recommended I rejected. I said to the nurse, the head nurse one night, I said, you know, my understanding is that the nurse is the advocate for the patient.
That's right.
I said, I feel sorry for you guys because you're standing on the bridge. You got to follow the instructions of the doctor, but you got to advocate for the patient. And I always know that the doctor's going to win out. I said, so I'm not waiting for you to advocate for me. I'm going to advocate for myself.
There you go. Yes.
And so I would advocate for myself.
Yes.
So I was telling someone earlier today, my chiropractor, as a matter of fact, I'm going to the chiropractor twice a week to make sure I keep my spine straight up and keep the energy flowing properly, you know.
Yeah.
But I was telling him that, you know, when you look at my medical records, when you go to my oncologist and they pull up my records on the computer, under the column for medication is all my vitamins and my supplements. There's my vitamin D3, my chlorella, you know, there's my blue-green algae, my chlorophyll. There's my milk thistle, my probiotics. There's all the stuff that's the only medicine that's listed on my chart is my nutritional supplements. So there were 2 supplements that they asked me not to take at the beginning of the chemo when they first injected, and that was the milk thistle, which is really important for the liver. The milk thistle and the probiotics, because the probiotics, you know, is going to
start breaking things down.
No, it's going to put good bacteria in the colon, which means that it's going to be fighting against the chemo.
Chemo, right. It's going to be building the body.
It's going to be fighting against the chemo. Right. And so I just agreed not to do that. But one of the things that happened with the first round, because there was so much going on inside of me, I don't know where I got a bleeding ulcer from, but I was throwing up blood, and my stool was black with blood for about maybe 3 or 4 days. And I couldn't have anything in my mouth, not even water, because they said we have to rush you in for upper GI. Right. We have to have your stomach empty.
Empty, okay.
And I was kind of all right with that. People don't understand that if they pumping all this water and this stuff in you in this IV, you really don't get hungry. But what I wanted was a pomegranate. I just want to suck the seeds on a pomegranate. So everybody asked me what I wanted. I would tell them, bring me a pomegranate. I ended up with about 9 or 10 pomegranates, but I couldn't eat them. They didn't even want me sucking the seeds.
Seeds, okay.
But as soon as they told me I could have one, I mean, that's all I was eating was pomegranate seeds. You know, but
isn't that pungent? In the pungent family?
It's a little tart.
Tart. Okay.
Yeah, and it's in the late summer, so
Late summer.
it's pungent because it's more the culling in the long season.
Okay.
And right now the Concord grapes are in season,
Mm.
so I'm buying them by the
Does
dozen.
it?
You know, they
Okay.
give me a box, give me 2 or 3 boxes at a time. You know,
Right.
and I'm really because when things are in season, I try to just eat as much as my body will tolerate. When my body says, "Okay, I got enough of that," I stop eating it. But I'm doing a lot of the Concord grapes, which really
Those
boosts
are
the immune
good.
system and a
Yeah.
lot of other benefits. They have seeds, and the seeds are so important.
Man, it shocked the mess out of me. I had an orange with seeds in it the other day, and it
Whoa.
was like
What's
somebody
it?
actually offered me an orange with seeds. I know that's like crazy, but
It's like
there
unheard of around here.
and tangerines with seeds in it, and it was such a it was a healing. It was a good experience, and it tastes different, but it was just it was because we haven't had those type of fruits
But
in
if
a
you go
long
to the
time.
islands and you pick them off the tree, they
Yeah,
have seeds in them.
yeah.
It is just when they import them and stuff, we don't get the
I like,
seeds.
and this might seem strange, but I like eating the seeds.
Oh,
I like
nice.
eating the seeds and consuming the whole thing, and I find out that in that there's some antioxidants in that
Yeah,
and
yeah.
some in
Bioflavonoids.
mhm
There's some C complex that you don't get in the pulp and the
and
juice.
yeah.
Yeah, nice. But I'm talking fast because I just have so much to share. So I'm going to slow down and open the phone lines because I know
Okay.
callers are trying to get through. But I just want you all to know that I just said, you know what, God, you can be committed to a philosophy. You can be dead right and be dead. And
Mhm.
I'm not ready to be dead. And if everything I'm doing is not getting the results that I'm looking for, then
Yes.
I don't need to be insane. What is the meaning of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. What I realized is that what we're dealing with now, and you all got to hear me tonight, what we're dealing with this cancer is unnatural. You can try to do all those natural herbs and supplements that you want to do to fight off these strains of cancer that we're dealing with right now. But they're looking at these herbs as if it's dessert. So you have to understand it's like if you have a pesticide
Mhm.
and pretty soon the organism builds up a resistance to get
Resistance.
it.
Right.
We got strands of viruses out here. Not only does penicillin not do
It
anything for it,
doesn't not
but
anymore.
none of them other antibodies do anything. You
Mm.
have to go to something that seems like it's
Extreme.
extremely toxic,
Mhm.
like chemotherapy or even radiation, to back this thing down.
Right.
And once you get it back down, and the body is at a point where it can function normally, then you can do all that you can to boost your immune system. For a lot of people, if not most people, when they stop the chemo, the cancer comes back.
Yes.
And so it is my effort that once the doctor says you're done with chemo, that I will have built up my body to
Mhm.
a point. Now, I realize it's not just building my immune system. I have to build up a reserve. So I'm going to take the calls that are trying to come in, and then I want to come back and tell you all how to start building yourself up, because there is not a person that is watching me tonight who's somebody in your family at some level, aunt, mother, brother, cousin, somebody in your family has been diagnosed with and have died from cancer. And so we need to talk about this. I only have this little 1 hour on Friday and 1 hour on Saturday on WCHB to talk, but we get to have a conversation at the Talking Wellness with Ayana every Saturday that I don't have on the air. I get to give you some depths of understanding that not only do I not have the time, but to be perfectly honest with you, the media is not the place for me to have that kind of conversation. You got to be in
No.
the room. You got to be in the room. So
Yes.
every Saturday from 11 to 12:30, we have support group is what I like to call it,
Mhm.
called
Yes.
Talking Wellness with Ayana. That's my new name. It was right around Easter. I was going through Passover. That's the week after Easter
Mhm.
Sunday. That's 7 days, and the Jews really observe it. But Passover is when the disciples were tearing for the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, they
Go ahead.
did
What were you
during
going to
that
say?
time. It was also the Passover was when Moses and was given the command to tell those who were in Egypt to put the blood of the lamb over their doorposts, so that the angel of death would not come into their
There
house.
you go.
So they those who did it and obeyed, were blessed abundantly, And they were basically the ones that got to leave out of the Egypt and go
Okay.
into the promised
To the
land.
promised land.
Yeah.
And so during Passover, I felt like there was this change, deep change coming. And change is transformation. Transformation is a form of death. And I knew that there was a new being being birthed in me.
Mm.
So I'm laying in the bed. I said, God, I know you're working in ways that I cannot imagine. And I trust you, God. I trust you that you will take me through this and that I will be a new person when I come out. And God said, not only will you be a new person, but here's your new name. And God gave me the name Ayana. 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 So that is my new name. And I didn't take time to do the numerology then. I didn't even take time to look up and see what does it mean. I just took time to just say the name and just breathe it and feel what it felt like in my being. And I realized that God gave me the perfect name to go through this cancer.
Yes.
To go through this healing
It's
crisis.
perfect.
It's a perfect name,
perfect.
Ayana. She has a different vibration than Keefa or Dr. Keefa. It's not Dr. Ayana. So you don't call me Dr. Ayana. It's just simply Ayana. It's not Ayana Lorraine Weatherspoon. It's just one
Ayana.
name. He only gave me the one name, Ayana. And when I look up that YA, when I look up that AYA, when I look up that Y, when I look up those two N's together, when I look up those three A's in the name, I said, my God,
Wow.
that he will, because the A is the initiation, it's the beginning, it's the way shore, it's the breakthrough, it's the first, and so that's what I needed.
Yes.
I needed to have all that vibration to move me through this experience that I've never had before. But I needed that Y, which is the 7, and the 7 governs the kidneys, and the kidneys is the will. So I needed that Y, that will. I needed that will. Lord,
Keep
I
on
don't
moving.
have time to tell you all the story. One day I may pen it to paper, but right now, somebody said, you journaling? I said, let me tell you something. I don't have to journal because it's written on my DNA. It's written in my Akashic records. It's written in my book of life. I will never forget this experience. Somebody said, well, there may be things you want to highlight. I said, God will put on my tongue and in my heart what I need to speak about.
The whole experience is a highlight.
The whole
experience.
The whole experience. And so whoever I'm talking, whatever's going on, that's what's going to come forward. That's what I'm
Right.
going to speak on,
Yes.
But the whole experience is and it's been incredible. It's one of the things that's so incredible about it, Brother Young, is because early on God showed me that I am not my body. That I can witness what the body is going through, but I don't have to relate to it as if it's the I. Because the I of true self is the soul and spirit that gives the life inside of the body.
Wow.
It is the
Yes,
life force in the body.
yes.
The body is truly an earth suit. It's a shell. It's a temple.
That's
But
right.
it's not the I.
It is not.
And so I said, who decided that pain is this level of discomfort? What I'm calling pain is really the body going through some kind of change. And this change that it's going through is giving out
Come
all
on.
kind of information.
Yes.
And the information
Yes.
that this discomfort that I'm going through is
Yes.
giving out is telling me what I need to be doing.
That's right.
So right now, let me breathe into it and ask the body, what must I do now?
Right.
And so I've never had to take pain medication. 3 times in the hospital, they gave me a half a dose of morphine. And after that first half dose of morphine, I told them, no, you don't give me no more of that. They said, we got something stronger, but it's got worse side effects. I said, why would I want something with worse side effects?
Right.
When they gave me the morphine, what happened is that every part of my body started itching, even the bottom of my feet. Now, I know that there are 3 ways your body will let you know that you have an allergic reaction to something. One is your breathing.
Breathing.
The other one is your heart rate. The way that your heart is beating, it will flutter, it will speed up,
Speed
it will
up.
do all, it will skip,
Right,
it will do all kind of
palpitate, all that.
palpitation, do all kind of things
Things,
because
yeah.
it's having an allergic reaction to whatever you just gave it.
Yes.
Whether it's nutrition or whether it's food, it could be food. You can be
Food,
allergic to
right.
shellfish, whatever.
That's
But the
true.
body will let you know that it's allergic to something that you just put in it. And the other one is the skin.
Right.
And so when my skin was itching, it was itching. I'm like, do I have bed bugs? Why am I itching on the
Right,
bottom of my
right.
feet? Every part, my back, my arms, my
Yeah,
head, my neck, the bottom of my feet,
right.
everything is itching, right?
Yes.
I called the nurse and she came in and gave me some Benadryl.
Okay.
I let her give me the Benadryl because I don't want to be sitting there scratching. So the Benadryl. The Benadryl stopped it, but it's been a journey. But it doesn't matter what they're recommending to you all to do with whatever you're going through. I know that Mother Nature has something that'll counteract the side effects.
That's right.
That I know for sure. But instead of just taking the pain med and deadening the sensation, actually what it do is just make you drowsy.
That's all.
Instead of taking a pain med, why not breathe into it and ask the body, what must I do?
Right.
Why not breathe into it and realize the changes that the body is making?
Right.
So I realized that there were changes that is occurring. Like right now, I'm having this sensation like the body is squeezing, you know, the breast, and it's squeezing the breast, but I also know what it's doing is it's shrinking the tumor. So I'm not looking at it as if it's pain. I'm looking at it as if the body is shrinking the tumor. Now, it's not painful. It's just different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not like, let me put myself to sleep. It's not
Right.
like that kind of sensation. Is like, okay, this is interesting.
Right.
So I find myself adjusting my posture and breathe into it. And not only breathe into it, but I send it instructions. That's what I want you to come out on Saturday and
right.
do.
Come on.
I send it instructions. Because, see, the body's a terrible master, but an excellent servant. The body's going to do what you're instructed to do. At one point when they took me to the emergency room, my blood sugar was 27. They wanted to know, where's the stretcher? I said, well, no stretcher. I walked in here.
You know?
They said, how you walk in here with a blood sugar? You're supposed to be in a coma. I said,
right.
I said, the spirit and the will is strong.
Yes.
I said, the will of God is moving this body right now. You know, the flesh may be weak, but the spirit
yes,
is strong.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But, you know, what it was is that the power of prayer.
Yes.
Because what happened is that I got real weak, and I went to go to the bathroom, and I fell, and I couldn't get up. And so I laid there and started praying. And every face that came into my mind, I just sent out a telepathic thought, pray for me. So I must have asked 200 people from Japan to Jamaica to pray for me. From Mexico to Toronto, Ontario, everywhere. A face came to mind. I said, pray for me, pray for me. And I'm going to tell you that there are people out here that are tuned in. Because there were people that text me in that moment and said, I just felt to pray for you. I want you to know I'm praying for you.
Yes.
All is going to be well.
Yes.
There were people that called me on the phone. But when I opened my eyes in that bathroom on that floor, the room was full of gold dust and golden light. And I got up and I got myself in the bed and sat on the side of the bed, and I called my sister. I said, Deb, come. I said, sit down here. I got to talk to you. I said, my spirit and my will is strong, but the body needs some help. I said, call the doctor. She called the doctor. He said, well, you can take her to emergency room, or you can wait tomorrow and bring her to the clinic. I said, Deb, take me to the emergency room. I got myself dressed. We went to the emergency room at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. And that's when they found out my blood sugar was just 27.
Okay.
Now, the blood sugar needs to be around 120, so it was
right.
real low. It was comatose.
Yes.
The doctor looked at my blood sugar and my test results in the morning. He told my sister, I'm glad you didn't wait. She may not have made it to morning. I said, I'm not accepting that either. I said, God has got the last word on when I'm going to die. You know, it's not your blood work and your medical diagnosis, because according to your diagnosis, I wasn't even supposed to walk in here.
Right.
I was supposed to be in the coma and be dead. So it's by the Spirit of God that I'm still here, and it's going to be God's determination when I'm going to leave. Now, audience, you have to understand, I'm not telling you how long I'm going to live, because I don't know. But I want you to understand that life itself is terminal. Ain't none of us getting out of here alive. No. So you all ain't got to worry about whether or not you're going to die. You're going to die. And you don't have to worry about when you're going to die. You're going to die when the soul says it's finished and it's ready to leave. That's when you're going to die. So meanwhile, I have work to do. And so since I have work to do, I'm just going to keep on pushing. Just keep asking for prayers and your prayers. And there's enough people praying for my healing that we're able to offset the naysayers. Naysayers are the people that think that you can't heal from cancer.
That's true.
The naysayers are the ones that lost faith themselves, you know.
You know, we have a caller, but I want to say this before we get to caller.
Okay.
The one thread that's going through what you're saying, though, with the doctors and everyone, is the power of the word.
Yeah.
And the vibration that is in it.
Yes.
You never accepted
Yes.
the vibration of the words from those who were full of negativity, were critiquing or criticizing, not critiquing, but criticizing. You never accepted those who were like, okay, this is how it's going to be.
This is how it's going to be.
Right, and accepting that, no, but I know my God has given me knowledge and wisdom and understanding that may be beyond your scope.
So the chiropractor said today, well, I hope you didn't tell them that. I said, I told them coming in the door who I am and what I'm about.
Right.
I said, now, you know, there's so many experiences. We got to talk, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. Because I know a lot of you all would have succumbed to a lot of things because you don't have the faith, the strength, or the belief in what you're doing to just stand up and speak it. He said, well, you're not telling them what you're doing. I said, why wouldn't I tell them? I'm not ashamed of what I'm doing.
Yes.
I'm not ashamed of what I know. I've been doing what I'm doing longer than most of them that I'm seeing been on the planet.
Yeah.
So why would I not? I'll be 64 next month. Why would I not
Right.
tell them what I'm doing? They couldn't move my bowels. I asked for some organic vitamin C orange juice, organic orange juice, and when it got too blocked up, I took some Cascara Sagrada. Cascara Sagrada will move a brick mountain. And so they asked me,
Yeah.
what did I do for my bowels? Now,
Mhm.
they were giving me stool softeners and enemas and all kind of
Right.
stuff. It wasn't moving
Was
nothing.
nothing,
It wasn't doing nothing.
Mm-mm.
So I said, I know what to do. And so they asked me, how did I get my bowels moving? Because my bowels are so regulated now. Every time I eat, I have a good elimination.
Excellent.
That's regulated.
Yes.
I said, I got some organic orange juice, and I always educate them. I said, too much vitamin C will give you diarrhea. So if you can't move your bowels, get plenty of vitamin C, and that'll open you up. And I said, and because it was so impacted, and I told the doctor Wednesday when I went to see the oncologist, I told her, I said, you know, I have to keep my bowels open because the only way that I'm going to get this cancer out of the body is that it's got to go through the stool. So if the bowels is blacked up, even if the cancer is breaking down, it's going to be stuck in the body. She said, that makes sense.
Wow.
You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yes.
So yeah, I'm telling them what I'm doing. Not that I'm expecting them to go recommend it for their next patient,
Mm-hmm.
but I want them to understand how to work with me.
Yes.
Now, I'm not telling you my story to say this is what you should do. I'm telling you my story to tell you that I believe in what I've been teaching and what I've been saying and what I've been living, and I'm going to keep on living it. I'm going to keep on living it as long as I have breath in my body. I'm going to keep on living it, and I'm going to keep on teaching as long as God will give me the strength and the will to come forward.
That's great.
So on that, we're going to open the phone line. Bless you, caller. You have been so patient with me.
That's okay, my sister.
Thank you.
I want to tell you, Ayana, you look good.
God bless you.
You look good, okay? I want to say, I don't care what they said, but I can say that's still my old friend, excuse me, Dr. Keefa Lorraine Weatherspoon should
Weatherspoon,
live right there, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And now, with that being said, Ayana, I want to just give you a little testimony that what you did for me. This
Yes,
goes
ma'am.
back to 2007.
Yes, ma'am.
You were telling us on your show one day, you said there's a man by the name of Tabia that will go and do foot massage.
The foot bath.
I mean, foot bath.
The aqua chi.
Yes. So that night, I called him. Now, just like you said, you were locked up with bowel movements. I was locked up, too. I'm talking to him. I guess between me and him talking, it's like, you know, because I know he used to work over there with you.
Yes.
And somehow I said, sir, can I call you back? And I had to run to the bathroom. Just talking to him on that phone, and like you said, I have been in the hospital, and I'm not going to share what was wrong with me, but it was similar to what you went through. That man, I don't know what he did, because he can ask you what's your name, and he can help you with, you know, your problems, and he helped me go to the bathroom that night.
Yes,
So I called him back that Sunday, and I said, I want to just thank you, sir. I said, because it was you who unlocked my bowels.
Look at
Now,
this,
with that
look at
being
this.
said,
Wow.
I had went to the hospital and I had surgery in 2010. And I died 5 hours after I came out of surgery. And when I came through, I was in hospital in ICU.
You breaking up. What'd you say, caller?
I said I was in Hopper Hospital
Hopper.
in ICU after I had surgery. And 5 hours after having the surgery, I died.
Wow.
And I was in Hutto, and they sent me over to Hopper.
Wow.
With that being said, I woke up, I guess, about 2 months later. And so, you know, in the process, they said, oh, my God, she woke up. And I'm like, what they mean I woke up? Because I remember that night.
Yes.
I went to sleep at 10 o'clock. I know what time I went to sleep, but I didn't know I had, you know, went to the other side and came back. But anyway, to make a long story short, this is how when they give you morphine and all that stuff, I didn't want to take morphine either. They would give me stool softeners. That wouldn't work. So, but this is the part that's going to be very interesting. They was trying to help me get off the breathing. So I said, okay, how am I going to get off this breathing apparatus? So what I did, I called Sabia.
Mm-hmm.
He came to the hospital. I asked him, in fact, I asked the nurse, I said, nurse, I said, is there any way I can have a phone? And she said, yes. So I called Sabia. I said, Sabia, they killing me up here. They trying to kill me. I said, could you come here? Please come. Please help me. And he came there.
Mm-hmm.
And he tapped me out through a friend of his. And after that, my breathing started going down and down and down. And then he sneakily brought the alkaline water in there to me at the hospital.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say, yes, holistic medicine does work, it does work.
It works.
And I
works.
never share this. Only time I share this is when I see somebody out there that needs help,
Yes.
and they'll call me and they'll be like, how did you get back? I said, Mr. Tabia.
There you go.
And I said that, and Dr. Keefa,
Yes, ma'am.
I met you over at your shop one Saturday, and me and my sister was there, and my back was hurting, and you had to put your hand behind my back, and you pulled the pain out of it.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I met you over at Dr. Carter and Dr.
Vincent.
Vincent over at the Northwest Activity Center,
Yes, ma'am.
where they were doing the tapology.
Mm-hmm.
So when I tell people, yes, tapology does work,
Mm-hmm.
because when you said all that pain left your body, Tabia came over here and tapped me out, and all I can tell people is that if you look at the Green Mile, I said that's how it was that was coming out of my body,
Yes.
like the little flies was coming out of my body.
Yes.
And I had, and like you said, it's a feeling that you can never describe. It didn't hurt.
Caller, tell us your name again.
They call, never mind. Because I call over there a lot. And I don't like saying my name.
Well, that's okay. You don't have to give your name. Let me just say this. When you're facing death or have faced death, you live life differently.
Yes.
The way that I live life, I don't expect for people to understand why I'm the way I am, because they haven't been where I've been. They're not where I'm at.
Yes.
They're not seeing it the way I'm seeing it. They're not living it the way I'm living it. They're not experiencing it the way I'm experiencing it. They're not walking in my shoes. And so I look at every day as a gift.
As a different day.
And I don't want to put off nothing. Procrastination is not a part of my existence. And people around me will tell you, when Dr. Keefa comes up with something, she wants it done then.
Damn.
Because if God put it on my heart, if he puts it on my mind and puts it in my heart, it means that he's the way sure and the way opener, that he's opened the way for it to happen. I don't want to put it off another day because I have this day to get it done.
Thank you.
I'm not going to say, I don't know how many days I have. I know I have this day to get it done. So you wake up with this jubilation, Brother Young. You wake up with this joy.
Yes.
You know, we wrote some gratitude bites at the Mike Curry Center on Sunday. They passed out cards, and they just asked us to just write down, a few things or one thing that we're grateful for this year. And all I could say is, thank God. Thank you, God, for my life. Thank you, God, that I'm still here.
Yes.
Thank you, God, that I'm clothed and in my right mind. Thank you, God.
Yes.
And you all may be feeling me. You may be hearing me, but I want you to feel me tonight. That's why I came to the studio. I want you to look in my face, and I want you to feel my words. Because, see, my words is only 7% of communication. This other 93% is all this other vibration that's behind the words. But I want you to feel how awesome God is in my life.
And my love,
yes,
I hear you.
Feel me.
Feel you.
Feel me.
I understand you.
Feel me.
I'm with you.
Feel me, witness.
And I love you.
I love you too.
Love you too.
For
Thank you.
sharing your and if I can, I would like to get a copy of this tape
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So
Make it
that
happen.
way,
Engineer RJ, you here? Make
You
it
got the
happen. Make it
word.
happen.
and
We're going to
because
have
this
it.
is something that we need to share.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
want to get a copy because I want to start sharing this with people.
Yes.
You know, if I was, I shouldn't say this on the air, but if I was on the radio,
Mm-hmm.
they would put my song on for me.
Uh-oh.
So I'm just messing with RJ right now.
Okay.
You know,
Your theme
Tell
song?
me what's your song.
my song is what's the one that I'm on my way?
Oh,
I'm
man.
on my way to victory. You know the song?
Oh, that's an uplifting song.
Yeah,
Oh, boy, that's powerful.
yeah.
That is powerful.
That's the one that that's been my anthem. I'm on
Or
my way.
mine.
I'm just trusting that everything I'm experiencing, God is bringing me through something for me to be able to look at my life and my life purpose in a more meaningful way. Yeah.
Yes.
And Dr. Well, Ayana, I want to thank you for
bless
sharing
you.
your story with us. And I will be there to get a copy of that DVD.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. God bless you.
And God bless you.
Thank you for
I
sharing.
love you.
I love you too.
And for your host that was been hosting all the time.
My co-host.
Your co-host.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, your co-host. You have done a wonderful job, my friend.
Praise God.
I think it's Mr. Muhammad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, okay.
I'll
Mr.
accept that, too.
I'm sorry, Brother Muhammad.
No.
I'm going to give
young
you
Muhammad.
acknowledgement.
He's our brother.
Brother Muhammad, you
Yes.
did a wonderful job
Yes, he did.
while she was
Thank you.
away.
Yes,
I
he
want to
did.
thank you.
We thank
you.
Yes,
Diligence.
ma'am. Thank you.
And
accept.
you all have a wonderful day.
God bless you. Thanks
too.
for being
God bless you
patient with
to
us.
a peace and love.
All right, peace
All
and
right,
love.
thank you.
Oh my God, we got a ton
Yes, ma'am.
of those kind of testimonies. In the
Yes.
last 38 years, I've seen everything. I've seen so many medical miracles you can't even count them.
In the
Now,
short
people
time that I've
people
been
don't
there.
people don't come forward and to hear us say, Dr. Keefa, we should just set up the camera when people are here testifying on what God has done in their life. We should just record it, you know. But I noticed that when you put the camera on, sometimes people lose their passion
their
or
passionate
whatever.
spirit,
They
yeah.
lose it. And so it's got to be a way to capture it like she did tonight. We got it on tape. But you all come forward because you have no idea how your testimony, your experience is going to help to not only elevate and move somebody else to have greater hope and faith,
Right.
but it's going to help them to understand that there is a way.
Yes.
There is a way.
Yeah.
So that's why I teach. That's why I come. All the lines are lit up. So let's see if we can get some folks in here
Okay,
before we
let's
go
see.
off line 3 there. Bless you, caller. Thanks for holding here.
Bless you, Ayana.
Yay!
And sometimes
Oh, yeah. Hey, bless you, too. Oh, wow. Thank you.
spreading you the vibes.
You're breaking up, caller. Caller, you're breaking up.
Breaking up.
Go ahead. You're
There
good
you
now.
go.
We just want to know we're feeding you all the way from Atlanta.
I am.
Oh my God!
It's Empress. It's Empress. That's what I was saying. It's
Empress,
beautiful
I
to
see
hear.
ya. This is my good friend here, y'all. This is my good sister here.
Wow.
This sister came all the way from Atlanta with all her family things that she needed to be tending to. She came all the way to Atlanta
she did.
and escorted me out of the hospital. I'm going to tell you, I was so low when that blood sugar dropped down. I was so low when I went home. I didn't weigh but 78 pounds. I weigh 102 pounds. Now I'm coming
Wow.
back. But I was so low that I couldn't get myself on and off the toilet.
Mm.
She had to help pull me off the toilet because I had no
Yes.
strength left in my body.
Yes.
I
She
mean, this
was
woman,
there.
this
She
woman
was
gave me
there.
light, massaged my feet. She just, I'm gonna tell you, this is a godsend.
It's a blessing.
Here,
It's
my
a
Lord.
blessing.
It's a blessing to have friends,
Friends.
the kind of people that came out in this community. I'm gonna have a Thanksgiving feast by the end of
Okay.
the year, not on Thanksgiving Day, but I'm gonna have a
real
thank you.
Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna have a thank you to all of these people in this community that just came by my side.
Excellent.
So, Empress, you got to plan on coming back
That's
to
right.
Detroit for that one.
Get out the snow.
Because I got to pay homage to you for all that you did. And I'm going to tell you, I couldn't walk up the stairs. She had to get behind me and hold my hips and push my hips up the next step.
Yeah.
But she'll tell you about my will, though. By day 3, I was pulling myself up the steps, and by the next week, I was walking up and down steps. I told her, Aunt, I'm not going to be handicapped. Get your hands off the back of me. Let me pull myself up or crawl up these steps because I gotta push my will in this body.
Yes.
See, somebody can resuscitate you if you drown, but until you take that first breath from within, you still dead.
Dead. That's right.
So I know it's an inside job, and that's what
Yes.
you all got to understand tonight. You got to do some work if you're going to heal. Go ahead, Sister Empress.
Oh yes, your will is amazing, amazing. Yeah, I was maybe there to assist, but you had the will to do the job, and just like you said, the more wisdom you attain, the more conscious you become. The crazier you appear to people, but you are so on track, and I've witnessed so many testimony of how you have extended your healing capacity, and now I've also witnessed how you had to do it for yourself. And I just want to let you know we love you, and we're rooting for you.
Yes.
And Brother
you,
Jan,
Empress.
and you are doing an amazing job. And we're
Praise
going to
God.
continue spreading the
We
love
thank you.
and the message here from Atlanta, because we have a room full right now watching you.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
Hey, Atlanta. All
All
right,
right.
Georgia's
There
in
you
the house.
go.
So we're going to have you guys live streaming tomorrow from Sankofa. You all know we
Yep.
live stream the class. So if you got some folks out of town, let us know. They need to call the school to get the password, and we just
Right.
ask you to make a donation. But if you're a member, it's free. But, just tune in, because it's a different kind of conversation on Saturday in Empress.
That's right. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
It's
Yes.
deep. It's so deep.
Tomorrow.
It's so deep. Empress had to go join the brother at his wellness center to hold the crowd.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she had a lot of people in Georgia in the
Go
room
ahead,
on Saturday.
Empress. Empress.
Yes, brother.
All right.
Absolutely.
Bless you.
So we love you, and we're feeling you all the way, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
God bless you. I
ma'am.
appreciate you so much, sister. You will never know how much I love and appreciate you. God
I
bless
know.
you. I know.
God bless you too.
God bless
Love
you.
you, brother.
Okay. Love you
All
too.
right.
Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh, she held on all that time. He said, I got 3 minutes. I probably got 1 or 2 left. Get that call there. Let's see if we get them in.
Bless you, Carly, on the air. You
Caller, you're on the air. Turn your television down and listen to the phone. You're on the air. You gotta wait till he gets the message, because he ain't paying attention. Caller, you're on the air. If you're on hold, say hello. Okay, we getting ready to hang you up. Go
Okay.
to the next call. Bless you. Good evening, caller. You're on the air. Assalamu alaikum.
Hi, Ayana. My name's Ginger.
Hi, Ginger.
And my sister just passed from cancer, and I was taking care of her. I hear you talking about your bowels, about people's bowels being blocked. And what is it that you said you can use?
We have a regimen at the water station. I forgot to mention to you all that we are the water station. But we have a regimen at the water station that's for the colon. And it has a couple things that I want to mention. There's a Cascara Sagrada, but I want you to follow the protocol, because I don't want you all to think that all I did was took this capsule.
No.
That ain't what I did. I told you I took some organic orange juice. I was drinking about a quart, so I was drinking a lot of vitamin C. But we have the Camel, which is the highest source of vitamin C. Then we have something from Dr. B. Sirius called the Paracleanse. Now, this particular combination of herbs will get parasites out of every organ. There's a different parasite in every organ. There's a different one that lives in the lungs, that lives in the pancreas, that lives in the colon. There's a different parasite that lives in the brain and in the blood. But he's put together a combination of herbs that I love with the Cascara Sagrada. Whenever I take this Paracleanse, and I know I get real graphic, but if you think I'm graphic on TV, come to my class. You can see how graphic I really am.
Okay.
But I have pictures on my phone I can show you of the worms that I have passed when I take this Paracleanse.
Right.
Yeah, I have one that's almost 12 inches long.
Wow. How do I get the class?
The class is every Saturday from 11 to 12, and it's at Sankofa Life Center, 18734 18734 Woodward Avenue. It's just 2 doors north of the water station, between 6 and 7 Mile, just south of 7 Mile, across from the Palmer Park Golf Course. It's called the Sankofa Life Learning and Wellness Center.
Thank you so much for being on TV.
God bless you.
I just tuned in to you late. I can just see life all over you.
All over me. God is so
great.
good. We out of time. I appreciate you, caller. All
Okay,
right,
thank
Detroit.
you.
Our
Bless
phone
you.
number is 313-366-5250, 313-366-5250. You all come and take care of yourself. Get your water, because I know they're talking about a snowstorm is coming, but we're going to see if we can create enough heat around here that it just
Right.
pass on over us.
Yes.
We don't have to worry about putting no blood on
No.
We just put enough light and
Light
love in the
and
space
space.
that. But Chiquita Young is doing the
Yep.
brunch on Sunday at 1 o'clock. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, call tomorrow and for me all these
My
months.
pleasure.
Yeah,
My pleasure.
yeah.
I enjoyed
Detroit
it.
loves. They love the water, and they
Yes.
love being able to have us here. God bless you. We're
Bless
out.
you, Detroit.
Okay, bye.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.